Good morning. I hope everyone's well. I'm just a few hellos. Hello, Christine, Bernie, Abby. Good morning. I hope you're well. On this freezing morning, it's absolutely froze again. I'm always moaning with a cold lately, so it's either the cold or the menopause sweats. One of them. I'm fine, thank you, Tanya. Welcome. I can't get any in between lately. It's either too hot or too cold. Is everyone prepared for Christmas? I hope so. Good morning, Eileen. We'll give it a few minutes for others to join. Mel, I'm fine, thank you. Just very complaining about the cold. Always complaining about something. You're prepared because you wrote. Yeah, that's normally a good sign that you're prepared, Tana. Shelley, good morning. Lars, morning. Abby is in Colorado. Oh, lovely. Australia. Oh, that's just something, a dream. Can you imagine? It's beautiful. What's the temperatures there, Mel? Hannah, good morning. Are you new? Hello, Hannah. Well, welcome to my morning show. We're here from 10 till 11. I'm here Wednesday mornings and Friday mornings. And throughout the week, we have other people that are on. So please feel free to join. Oh, mid-20s, gonna hit 30s. Right then, we'll see where we're gonna go. Sometimes I come directly, sometimes I work differently. It all depends on how Spirit's gonna actually give me the messages on that day. Good morning, Jeremiah, Jeanette. So we just see where we're going, and we take it from there. Right, can I come to, let me say, where are we? Eileen Philippot. Eileen Philippot, if I said to you, somebody coming through and it's a male coming through singing, come on, Eileen, would you understand who would be doing that? Because as soon as your name come up, I heard that song, Come On, Eileen. Would you understand that if I said that to you? Morning, yeah. Let's see whether you understand that, Eileen. If not, I'll offer it out. Yes, you do. Okay, lovely. Thank you. Can I work with you, sweet? Right then, Eileen, let's go from. So I have a male coming through, and he was singing to me, "Come on, Eileen." As soon as your name come up, that's what I heard him say. So when that, I knew that was his way of getting my attention to stop at your name. So that's what I called, what I did. Right. I know this man comes through, and I believe near the end of his life he would have lost weight, but throughout his life I think he was he was bigger than what he was before he passed, if that makes sense to you. Because he shows me in two sizes, if that makes any sense. So whether there was a massive weight loss in his life or something, but he shows me in two sizes, and that's what he's showing me, him in two sizes. Would you understand that, Eileen? Right, okay. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that. So he mentions about and he shows me the two sizes. So, right, but and it, right when I say that, he also jokes and says he had two sides to his nature. He said he had a soft side, a loving side, but he could also, if he needed to, turn on the sternness. Would that make sense? Because he's saying about that, but he's jokingly and laughing about that. So I don't feel that he was actually a very strong. I think he was strong in the way of him being liked, and he was a very likable character. But I feel that with him, he was more. He'd rather be kind than stern, if that makes sense. And that's what he's saying to me. But he's saying if he needed to turn it on, he could. But he didn't often do that, and he didn't like to do that. Okay, right, thank you. Come on. What's that? Well, I'm not quite sure why he's showing me this, but he's got something in his hand and he's raising his hand and he's moving it up. It almost looks like he's showing me something on a blackboard, and he's tapping. That makes sense, Eileen. He's showing me something on a blackboard, um, and he's fiddling around and showing me that. Um, Right, he also brings in. Are you superstitious? Because he's mentioning about a black cat, and he's saying about the look of the cat, the black cat. So I feel that you're he's on about superstition and somebody being superstitious and very aware of, and he's showing me ladders, don't go, don't walk under ladders and things like that. So somebody very superstitious, whether it was himself or whether it's you, he's mentioning about that. We are lagging a little bit with the comments, so you have to bear with me as well. Yes, okay, right. So he's mentioning about that, and he's mentioning about someone being superstitious. He also, okay, right, right, okay. So he's also coming across, and he's coughing a lot. So whether there was a problem with the lung area or not, but he keeps on coughing as well, and he's bringing this coughing. He hasn't got that cough now, so I don't need to worry about that. He hasn't got the cough now, but he's bringing that to my attention. So I feel that with this man, he had, and he's saying, well, he's going on. He's saying a tickle, but he had this annoying cough. He's mentioning about that. Thank you. Okay. Right, he's also now mentioning about something made to measure, and he's saying something made to measure. So I feel that there's somebody around you, Eileen, who has to have made to measure trousers because he's mentioning about their legs being small, too long, and he has to have made to measure leg trousers. So that's somebody around you that he's mentioning, or whether that's with himself. But he's laughing and bringing that to my attention as well. Right, okay. He's also mentioned about photos. So whether you've been looking through a photo album or something lately, but he's mentioning he was around when the photos were there, and and he was around then, and he was with you when you were looking at these photographs. Right, okay. He's also mentioning Sophie. I don't know whether that's connected with him or somebody he would have known, but he's mentioning Sophie or Sophia, Sophie or Sophia. It's something like that. Okay. He's also mentioning about August as well, and he's mentioning about the month of August, and he's saying about something to do with August that important. Right, okay. He's also mentioning as well about fuchsias. Now, I know that's a flower, but I'm not sure what kind of flower, but he's on about fuchsias. So whether that's somebody, have you planted fuchsias this summer gone, or have you took in fuchsias or whatever, but he's mentioning about fuchsias. I don't even know what they look like, but I know that there's a name of a fuchsia. Okay. But and he died in August. Is it not Shannon? I don't. I'm not sure. I never got. Just take that as it is, because I don't want to change my message. But just take that. He died in August. Shannon. I'm not sure. I'm sure it sounded like Sophie or Sophia to me, but hold on to that anyway. Would you also know about why he's bringing to my attention the number 7? He's going on about the number 7, and he's bringing that to me as well, giving me a number 7. He's also saying about that something that's coming up that's important. I know Christmas is coming up, but I feel there's something coming up that's important, and he wants you to get that done, because he's saying you're being a bit hasty with and delaying on something, and he wants you to get that done. And he's saying it's very important. Right, he's on about as well. He's on about somebody sending lots and lots of messages. So I think this is to do with this importance that he wants you to get sorted, because he keeps on about lots of messages. So he's saying about receiving lots of messages. So I don't know whether that makes sense to you. Right, you've done it. Okay, thank you. So he's bringing that in. Right, I know there's lots of love coming your way from this man. He's telling me that he's around you a lot. He knows that you think of him often, and he said that he's never far away. He wants you to have a very, very lovely Christmas, and he wants you, okay, and he's saying save him a place at the dinner table, but he's laughing about that, so I don't, you understand that. And I'm going to leave this love with you, and thank you very much, Eileen, for working with me. That was a very, very short and sweet message, but I think he got through what he wanted to say, and thank you. See where we're going. Deborah Chapman, can I come to you? I feel when I say your name, I know this sounds crazy. Would you understand why Spirit said straight away gave me Dr. Bounty Hunter? If that makes sense in any way, that's what they gave me. Dog the Bounty Hunter. Now I know that's the same surname, but there's a reason that Spirit gave me that. Dog the Bounty Hunter. Morning chat, Deborah. Would you understand why I was told that? No, okay, right. Well, hold on there. Let's see where this goes. Because I was just giving Dog, whether they was just trying to get my attention to stop at your name, I don't know, but we'll see where this goes. Okay. But have you got Mum in Spirit, Deborah? Is Mum in Spirit? Okay, thank you. Okay, Deborah, let's see where we go. Right, because I feel that, would you understand if I said to you that Mum had a bit of a drawn out illness? Would you understand that? A drawn out illness. So it's something that went on for a while. I feel that she was unwell for a while. Now, I'm not getting whether this illness she passed with, but I'm getting that there was an illness that was a long drawn out illness. Thank you. Because she's mentioning that and she's saying, oh, thank God that's out the way. So I know that she's healed in spirit and she's back how she should be. But would you also understand that Mum brings my attention to her legs? I'm feeling that my legs are, I've got edema, I'm swelling, my legs and my feet are feeling very, very painful. Would you understand that? Okay, thank you. Yes, to the leg. Thank you. Right. So feel that that's what she's bringing. Would you understand? I know you're saying that she's got dementia, and yes, to her leg. Would you also understand about there being a problem around the heart area as well? Would you understand that, Deborah? Because she brings my attention to my heart area, and I felt that there was a bit of pain there. So whether she died, whether she passed with a heart complaint or whether there was a problem with her heart previous to her passing, I feel that I need to take medication for it as well. Would you understand? Thank you. Right, so Mum's telling me about her. She's also mentioning about about I know she was saying that about her, the confusion, and the confusion got right got worse as the time went by, and she was saying about the confusion, and she was saying about that at times that she could feel that she got frightened because she didn't understand or know who people was. And she said it was like waves. When things come back to her and then they go again and come back to her and go again, and that's how she's making me feel. But I know that she was very well cared for, and I know that when I say that, right, she brings a carer in, and there's a carer, and she's saying about a carer being very, very understanding and compassionate towards her. Would that make sense? because I see somebody in a blue uniform stood by her. Thank you. Okay. Because she mentions about that, and she's also saying about that when she was frightened and she was scared, this carer would often put her arms around her and give her a hug and tell her that everything was okay, and it made her feel so much better. Or somebody around, and she says about that. She says that the problem's not the same anymore. Everything's healed, and she's fine. She's fine, and she's happy. She's mentioning about dad. With dad in spirit world as well, because she's saying about dad as well. She's saying about being close to dad. Right, thank you. Because she mentions about dad, and she says that you often wonder, what she's telling me is that you actually wonder if they're together. And she said, tell her that I'm with dad. So I feel that they're together. She bring actually. So I feel that Mum would have been the one that would have spoken up rather than Dad, because she makes me aware that she was the one who would speak up. Dad's in the background. Okay, right. So and he shouts up at the background, and he stood with his hands in his pocket, and he said, I was the breadwinner, and he's laughing and making a joke about that. And he's saying, I was the breadwinner. Would that make sense for Dad to say something like that? And he's saying, she had all my money, and he's laughing and making comments about that. But she's telling him to hush up, but they're jokingly between themselves. Now he's making joke about women. Um, Everything takes a lot longer with a woman, and he's saying he's always waiting for her, and he's making jokes about that too. Um, okay, well, okay. Would you understand as well why Dad is showing me a dartboard and some darts? Would you understand that? Why he's showing me that too, Deborah? Whether he's laughing, he's on about the dartboard and darts, and he's showing me them. Right. Okay. Would you understand that somebody that would have been around Dad would have either liked darts or played darts, because he's bringing that in? And I feel like I want to watch it on the TV as well. Okay, right, because he's mentioning about that. Would you understand as well that what Dad's telling me, that due from the later part of his life, the last few years he was very very tired, and he's saying about falling asleep on the chair all the time. He's saying about how tired he was. Would you understand that? And he's making me feel like I just want to keep nodding off on it. And Mum wants to say to him, "You're not watching that," and he says, "I am." And she said, "No, you're not. You're asleep." And he's saying, "I'm not." Yes, COPD. Thank you. Because he mentions about feeling tired, and he's saying, we're all better now, aren't we?" And he's saying that to your mum. I'm asking him what the message would have come through today. Okay, so Mum's saying she's giving me the impression to wrap you up, really wrap you up. So whether you've either been feeling the cold more than lately, but she's making me feel like she wants to wrap you up, because she's mentioning about that she wants to protect you and wrap you up. So whether that makes sense with you, Deborah, like, and she's telling me that you've been very, and the word she's using is, you've been very sentimental and very touchy lately. Would you understand why Mum's saying that? She's saying you've been very, very touchy. So I feel that coming up to Christmas, like all of us and people that are on here, we start to, we think, right, thank you. That's why she wants to wrap you up. And I think what happens is, as well, coming up to Christmas, is that the weather changes, things start getting dull. We start feeling that we miss our loved ones even more, because we want to share these kind of things with them. And I think that we all can be a little bit not just sideways. But remember, everybody, that spirit is always with you. They're not far away. They're in, when they're in your thoughts, I always believe they're right next to you, because I feel they put their self in your thoughts. So their self in your thoughts. So please remember that. I know that Mum wants to wrap you up, so I think she's telling, right, okay. And she's saying about, would you understand why she's putting a thermometer in your mouth? So she's checking your temperature. Would that be Mum? Or does she keep checking your temperature because she wants me to place a thermometer in your mouth? Comments are taking a little bit longer to come up. Sorry, ladies and gents, if there's any are. There you go. She's with you, but she wants to wrap you up. So I know she wants you to take care of yourself, and I know that she's coming in because of that. So I think Mum was a bit of a worrier when it come down to when you was when you was really ill. She worried. I mean, mums do worry, but I think she worried that little bit more than she should have, because she's making me feel that she's really come through to wrap you up and make you feel better. She's saying we love you, and she's saying Dad's saying we love you, and I know Mum's always close to you and Dad. And now Dad's calling her and saying, come on, there's other people waiting. And I'm going to leave the love of spirit with you. And I hope you're feeling better soon, Deborah. I hope you get well. Let's see where we're going to go. Okay. Right. So I know that I've got a mail coming through. It's coming through on Mum's side. And he mentions, just say Sergeant Bilko. So if anybody can understand that, just say Sergeant Bilko. Hi, Charlene. You're welcome, Deborah. Right, Charlene, there's not really much of a message. All he's saying to me is just say Sergeant Bilko's popped in to say hello, and he wanted me to say that. So I don't think he was a man of many words anyway, and he's just waving and saying Sergeant Bilko, and he laughs, and then he goes on. So that's literally it. I think that's all he wanted to come in and say, just so you could know that he was here around you, and we'll leave the love of spirit with you. Let's see where else we're gonna go. Okay. Right, so I've got a younger lady coming through, and this lady's telling me that she passed with a cancer condition. I know that she would have been a mum, and I know that she brings my attention to two children. So I know there was two children. I feel there was a boy and a girl, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And she tells me there was a cancer condition. And she says that these children were raised by their dad and grandparents. She said, and grandparents. She got that in. So, anybody know this? To two boys. Right then, thank you. Carolyn and Charlie, can you understand that it was Tana? Yeah. Could you understand, Tani, that it was a breast cancer condition? Because she's just telling me it was breast cancer, but she's giving me the feeling that it spread. That's what she's saying. Right, okay. So I'm being told, right, okay. Well, no, this was definitely her because she's telling me it was a breast cancer condition that spread everywhere. Right, would you understand, Charlene, that she would have had and received treatment, and she's saying about the treatment she's on about being in remission and then it coming back. Right, okay. Carolyn Thompson as well. Thomas. Right, okay. Just hang on a minute, Carolyn, because I'm feeling drawn to you. Yes, I'm drawn to you, Carolyn Thomas, if you could work with me, please. That's after surgery, yeah. No, that feels right. Because I'm feeling like, because what I'm saying is, what was the point, if you understand? So I feel that that's being mentioned. What was the point? Went through all of this, and what was the point? Would you understand somebody saying that? Um, I feel that other treatments was on offer, but this one gave her the better chance of recovery, if that makes sense. Okay. Would you understand as well, Carolyn, that while she's mentioning about a blood clot, or is it an embolism or something like that, she's mentioning about that? Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Charlene, but I definitely feel drawn to Carolyn. Take what you can of the message as well, because I feel that she went through a surgery to be treated, and it was something else that come along, an embolism, and that is what took her into spirit. And she mentions about that. She also mentions about letting the cat out of the bag, whatever that means. I don't know, Carolyn. That's supposed to be for you, not for. She's on about somebody letting the cat out of the bag. So I feel that recently somebody has um, let the cat out the bag, in meaning they've been told something and they've repeated it when they was asked not to or should not, if that makes sense. Right, she's on about that. Right, she's also on about, would you understand this as being, I feel like I'm feeling sister more than mum, or was it mum that was like a sister? But I'm feeling that kind of relationship. Right, thank you. Okay. So she's made, so would you understand, would you have, so you'd have memories of being like sisters, because that's what kind of feeling she's giving me, and she's mentioning about that relationship, we were like sisters, and she's mentioning that. I know that she's telling me how tough it was after her passing for you to um, you could have gone down the wrong way, the wrong road. She's saying you could have took the wrong way, and she said there was at times that she thought that that was how you were going to go, and you were rebel a bit. But she's saying she's happy to know that you went in the right direction. Does that make sense, Caroline? And she's saying about that, and she's praising you for that, and she's saying that you chose the right direction. She's saying you had a few hill starts, and she's making me aware that there was a bit of a rocky relationships at the beginning for you, and you wasn't um, you didn't feel like the settling down type. But she said you settled down and you done well in the decisions that you made. Right. She also mentioned, I don't know whether you, right, thank you. I don't know whether you would understand, but she also mentions, I'm not a doctor, I don't prescribe or anything, about something to do with your eyes. So I feel that you need your eyes tested, or you've recently had your eyes tested, because she's making my eyes feel very, very tired and strained. I don't think there's anything, but I feel real eye strain. Right, lovely. So she's mentioning that because she's saying about the old strain, and she's saying about that. I'm going to ask her now for her message and why she's come through. Okay. Well, I don't understand why. I don't know whether you're a card reader or something like that, Carolyn, or you're interested in card reading, because she's giving me a deck of cards for you, and she's giving me them. And the mess that I'm not supposed to understand, I'm just a postman. And she's given me a deck of cards, and she said give them to her, and also give her all my love, and she's telling me to give you that. So I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope that you have a lovely Christmas, and know that Mum's with you, and thank you for working with me. Yeah, maybe you should try it, because she's giving me a deck of cards to give you, so I feel that that's her way of saying that you need to try. Let's see where we're going now. Okay, so as I look forward, I've got a little boy coming through. The little boy come. I'm saying I was just about to say 6, and he said no, no. I'm 7, and I'm nearly 8. Now I know this boy had some kind of a feeding tube or something, because he's got a tube that he's showing me him having a tube from his nose, but he's mentioning that's all gone now, and he's bringing that through. Anybody recognise this little boy? He's 7, but he's saying I'm nearly 8. You're welcome, Speak. Anybody recognise this little boy? Okay, so Kim, all right then, maybe would you understand there being a tube? Because I'm taking it as a feeding tube, but would you understand there being a tube? Right, and would you also understand that this little boy, there was a road traffic accident, and I'm feeling that he may have got run over? So he drowned, got pulled out of the water. No, it was definitely that this little boy got run over. Thank you, Tana. Right, so would you understand that he got hit by a car and then was taken to hospital and then passed away later on, Tana? And also Spirit's mentioning to me that this was a hit and run. So I feel that the driver hit him and drove off. But he was 11. Thank you, Tana. I think I'm with you, Spade, because that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling about there was a lot of red tape and different things. I know he's making me aware that the driver did face criminal, whatever it is, to about this. He did go through. He went. I'm feeling that there was a lot of uh, that I want to say that the boy ran out in front of me, and I want to blame that. I want to see. I'm seeing a ball, and I want to blame that. And I was panicking, and I went away. But he's saying justice was served, so I feel that there was actually it was a criminal offence. It wasn't classed as an accident. Yeah, there we go. He chased after a ball because he's mentioning about that, and he's saying about justice was served, and he's saying that that is what, yes, feeding, right? Because I'm seeing that the police and whoever, they're checking the roads for the tyre marks and the speed, and they're doing all different things. But I feel that he really, the man, really tried to get out of it, and he said justice was done, because I feel that the parents was really struggling with the fact that they thought that he was going to get away scot-free. And he's telling me about, right, he's mentioning about that, and he's saying about that mom can hopefully move on now, because he feels that mom hasn't been able to move on because it's been long drawn out and he's making me feel that mum hasn't been able to grieve properly. Oh, bless him, Tana. Because I'm feeling mum hasn't even, because he's saying she hasn't even begun to really grieve. So I'm feeling that this isn't that long ago either, because I'm feeling that that this is quite fresh in my mind. So I'm feeling that, or whether the court case has been going on for a long time, because it doesn't feel so far away. Oh, it has been a long drawn out, but yes, he hasn't. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So would you understand that mum hasn't begun to grieve yet? And he's saying that hopefully now mum can find some peace. Right, thank you. Right, and he wants mum to find the peace. He knows that Christmas is going to be a really difficult time, and he shows me mum sat holding a picture of him, and she's got her arms and holding it on her chest and gripping his picture, and he's mentioning about that. He's saying that he found it hard at first to understand why mum couldn't see him, and he kept on trying to get her attention, and he's saying, but he knows now that she knows that he's around her, if that makes sense to you, Tanya, because he's mentioning that. He's saying he knows now, she knows he's around her, and he said he sits by her, and he's also really, and he's always very, very, very close to her. He's okay. He wants mum to know that he's okay, and he's saying he's with granddad. Granddad's with him. Is granddad with him in spirit? Yeah. He's saying he's with granddad and he's okay, and he's saying life it's beautiful here, and he's saying, and he wants his mum to know that it's beautiful there. He said the sky's full of butterflies. So I feel that there's been some butterflies are connected around him, because he's mentioning about the sky being full of butterflies. And he's saying about that a pet that he had is with him too. And he's making me feel that it's a dog, and because he's showing me running through beautiful fields and he's throwing a stick and the dog's running along. But he's saying that mum needs to know that he's okay. He's got the most loveliest nature. He's a very, very sweet soul. And he's saying to me, I'm an angel now. That's what he's saying, I'm an angel now. So I feel granddad's told him that he's an angel, but he may be an angel, because he's saying to me, guess what, I'm an angel now. Okay. And he's showing me some little cars and figures, and he's on about moving them. So I feel mum's got some little cars or figures that she wonders if that's moved, and it's him moving them. And he's on about that, and he's showing me moving now. Would you understand here there's a sister as well? Because he's mentioning something to do with sister. Well, you did. You did, Tony. It is him, definitely. Okay, because he mentions his sister. Would you understand his sister? There being talk of that the worry that she will forget him. Would you understand that? And he's also saying that the can't be, he's always there and a part of her because they resemble each other in a lot of ways. Yes, she was younger. There you go. That's right. Well, he mentions that, and he's saying that as she grows, she's looking more and more like him. So he's mentioning that she looks just like him. Thank you. Yeah, right. And he's saying that he'll never be forgotten. Mum worries that he'll never be forgotten because the family talk of him too much, and that'll always be the case. And there'll always be, I feel like that on certain days, on occasions of his passing and things like that, there'll be things that'll be done to remember him, and I think that'll be always done. And he's mentioning that too, and he wants to thank you for the support and love and your family for Mum, if that makes sense. And he's a beautiful little boy, he's got a lovely soul. Yeah, there we go. And he says that he wants you to give his mum a big kiss and cuddle for him and tell his mum that he's always there. He's on about tell Mummy, I sit by her down by her legs and I stroke her leg. So tell her to look for that. And he mentioned that about stroking her leg. And I'm going to leave this boy's beautiful, beautiful love with you. And thank you so much for working with me, Tony. We sadly are out of time. This hour does really go quick. I am with you again on Friday morning at the same time, 10 till 11. We do have all different other things on throughout the week. I know Christmas Day we've got a medley of mediums. I'm on Christmas Day at 6:30. I'm not sure who else I will get a list for you. So if you can, join us. But thank you so much for being with me, and I appreciate it as always. And if you haven't got a message, just remember that your loved ones are always close. Much love, everybody.